We good? Okay, we're good. Hey guys, what's up? It's BigJackFilms here. Welcome to another live stream. Sorry this one is a little late at night. I've been pretty busy last couple of weeks, and I haven't really had time to do live streams, so I apologize in advance. But yeah, it's just there's been a lot of stuff going on. We've been really busy. We're getting the Kong reviews done. The next two coming, so you guys have seen the trailer, obviously, that came out Friday. Huge thank you on that. Are we back? Sorry about that. I guess we had a little bit of a malfunction there. But anyway, so, hey Brian, hey guys. So again, guys, so sorry I'm late on this one. I've just been super busy. We're trying to get those Kong reviews out for you guys. And thankfully, or hopefully, no promises, might be getting it out by Friday. However, if you want to see an early print of the first part, go check out our Patreon, and it's already on there. Just $1 more will get you early access to all of our content and shit. Hi, Brock. Again, guys, so sorry I am late on this one. Super late, actually. Again, we've just been working so hard lately. Plus, we've had a couple of stumbles here and there, but we're getting back into it. And we can't wait, guys. We're so excited to give you guys some good shit this year in terms of content. And what? Okay, am I upside down? I have no idea. Rotating device. This is such a shitty angle. Oh, fuck. No, there we go. There. Up. Ooh. And, let's see. Suck a death with an iron board. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. So, yeah, we're kind of, like, rushing onto this one. But anyway, so, things that have been happening. Kong reviews are coming along. We're finally back on track on those. Again, no promises. You can expect the next one Friday, hopefully. Let's wait and see, as Peter Jackson would say. But that, and then I've also been just really, other than that, trying to get other videos done, trying to get vlogs done. It's just been a little bit of a struggle the last 2 weeks because we've had a lot going on. A lot of stuff going on personally and shit like that. But anyway, so, we're back. We're here to answer some questions and shit, which is going to be fantastic. And I want to keep on current events, too. I want to try to make these live streams about maybe upcoming news and everything. But we'll get on that. But first of all, I need to make out some shout-outs to some people that have either not gotten one in a while or have been really supportive of the channel. First being Lunichi Bunny. She has been 50-50 lately on YouTube, and we're trying to get her confidence back. So guys, if you can, please go support her. Please go subscribe to her. The links are in the description down below. I really would appreciate that, guys, because she needs a confidence boost. We've been trying to help her as much as we can, and she's such a great talent. She's got such great potential, and we want to see her succeed here on YouTube. So, if you guys can, please go subscribe to her. Second person, we actually haven't heard from in a while, and she reached out to us. BATTYALANA. BATTYALANA is coming back. Thank goodness. She's coming back. She's going to be doing, Android 18 again, hopefully. But she's been doing pretty good. She's actually been in Alberta and stuff lately, and in Vancouver, which is great. Doing some stuff there, but she's coming back in April, so hopefully we'll finally get some stuff. But again, guys, link down below to her Instagram. Please go follow her on Instagram. Tell her I sent you. Tell her she's an amazing talent. And go, say hi. But definitely go help her out. I think she could definitely use that confidence boost as well. We all need confidence this week because we're reaching the last stages of winter. Spring is around the corner. Thank the fuck God, because God, this winter sucked. It sucked, people. Awful. And another shout out I want to give to STARLYNNFAY. She is on Twitter. And she could also use the support as well. So go check out STARLYNNFAY on Twitter. She's a really great talent as well. Really big on TikTok right now. Which, by the way, we are huge on TikTok. We just hit 3,000 followers. So that's like half as much as we have here now. So, again, guys, if you guys want to see extra content, go check out our TikTok. We've been blowing up lately on there, too, which is great. Like, one of our videos hit 500,000 views. Holy fucking shit. Did not expect that. Last shout out I want to give to is HEWY TOONMORE. A big thank you to him because he helped us actually co-write the last 2 episodes of the Kong reviews, which you will be seeing. Go check out his Patreon. Please support him. We want to see him come back to the YouTube thing. It's been far too long, buddy. We really want you back, man. We really want you back. You know, you have such great reviews. And also, while we're at it, a little shout out to Isaac the Media Hunter. We did a collab with him about a year ago on Kong 76, and he was such a great guy to work with that I feel like at some point I do want to work with him again. I just don't know on what yet. But go check him out. And he's also really good ties with Linkara. Like, Isaac the Media Hunter is really getting up there. So, big shout out to him. Please go check it out. So, current events. We're going to start this on live streams and talk about the latest news on media and news and stuff like that. So, a couple of things. First of all, Jurassic World Dominion, Jurassic World whatever, Jurassic Park 6, as I'm calling it right now. Until we get an official title on a poster or a trailer, I'm just calling it Jurassic Park 6. It is currently filming in Vancouver, in my own country. It's the first Jurassic Park movie to be shot in Canada, which I'm pissed off because I'm on the other goddamn side of Canada, and they're filming on the other side. Imagine me on the set of that thing. And on top of that, Bryce Dallas Howard, who played Claire in Jurassic World, just had her birthday, and she just revealed that they're on a certain tropical island. She wouldn't say what it is, but I think I can guess what it is. Thank God for Site B. Site B? I get the feeling they might be finally bringing in Isla Sorna after, the last two movies pretty much failed to explain it. So, Sorna's coming back. Thank God. Hopefully. I really hope Isla Sorna comes back. We've been missing it for far too long. The plot actually leaked, which I discussed in my last live stream. But so far, filming's going pretty damn good, from what I've been gathered. Second bit of media coverage, as we're staying on the topic of current productions. A lot of stuff has been leaked off the set of The Batman. Now, the Batman movie, I know a lot of people are 50-50 on. The suit is interesting. Robert Pattinson as Batman is going to be interesting, and Matt Reeves is directing. Now, from all the leaks I've seen, I'm actually kind of looking forward to this. It's going to be a totally different take. It's going to be I think they're going for much more of a retro-looking movie. We're going kind of on the style of, I guess, Batman Year One in terms of tone. That's what I'm seeing a lot with this production. I'm seeing a lot of the Frank Miller comic Batman Year One. And I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with a live-action adaptation of Year One. We kind of got that with Batman Begins, but that was more like a Hollywood Batman. This is more like, let's actually adapt it. Because with Joker, that kind of adapted things like Dark Knight Returns, this and that, but this is going to be like more on par with Batman Year One. My opinion on the suit, I like it. I don't care what anybody says, I like it. It looks kind of fucking cool. I'm really kind of interested to see how it looks in action. I know people have complained about no cape, not capes, as because of all the leaks and stuff of him on the Batcycle, which people think, oh, they're going to CGI it. You know, guys, for people who are complaining he doesn't have a cape, you do know that riding on that motorcycle with a cape is a really bad idea, realistically, because, trust me, I've ridden bikes with a cape. It don't go flying off in the back. It's going to choke on the bike chain and choke you to death. That's not how logically bat capes work. But for visual interpretation, they have to CGI it. Now, I get, the Dark Knight, the Dark Knight, Batman was on the Batpod and he had the fucking Batpod, but that was a vehicle that required less complications with the cape, so they were allowed to do it. But this one's a full-on bike. I do like the look of the bike. It's just a simple black motorcycle. Looks like something out of like the Great Escape or Harley Davidson, but it's got a little bat logo on the front. I love that. We're going back to bat logos. I love the emblem on his suit. I'm really looking forward to seeing the costume in action. But recently, I think today, Matt Reeves put on Twitter the official photo of the Batmobile. I fucking love it. I love the Batmobile. Okay, first of all, for people complaining about the cape not being there and being a little CGI, there's capes in those photos. Robert wearing a cape. He got a cape in the trailer. There's cape. Don't stop complaining because he wasn't wearing the cape on his fucking motorcycle. But the Batmobile. thank God they went back to it being a fucking car. I gotta be honest, folks, since Batman Begins, the Batmobiles have really sucked. A couple of reasons why. I'll be honest, I hate the Tumbler. That was one of my biggest gripes with that trilogy. I fucking hated the Tumbler. Because that ain't a Batmobile, guys. That's the Ninja Turtles mobile. That is something the Ninja Turtles would drive. In fact, it looks like a car version of the Turtles chocolate. That ain't Bat-looking enough. And then Batman v Superman. Yeah, it looked like a cool, like, battle car. But that's what it is, a battle car. It's a tank. I'm sick of the tank. And Batman's car should be a car. And not just a car, it should have bat fins. Now, this car does not have bat fins as of we know yet, but it is definitely a step in the right direction. In fact, the car, for some reason, reminds me a lot of the car from Death Proof. A Death Proof Batmobile just sounds fucking awesome, I'm not gonna lie. So, I like the car. I like where they're going with this. I'm curious to see a trailer. I guarantee we're probably gonna get one at San Diego Comic-Con this year. But I'm hyped. I'm kind of excited for this Batman movie. It's been too long since a solo Batman film. I know Ben Affleck was supposed to be in this, but they're going in a totally different direction, and I'm interested to see where they go with this. And Matt Reeves, great director. Saw The Invisible Man. What are your thoughts on 1933 and Hollow Man? I have yet seen the new one. I've been wanting to see it with Brad. We want to do a double feature and see that and Sonic. But it is on our to-do list. I've heard really good things about both films. And I do want to see it. My thoughts on the original, I think it's fine. I love Claude Rains, only because, like, I know him as Prince John in The Adventures of Robin Hood. But I did like him in that. But yeah, I like Hollow Man. I feel like this has very Hollow Man vibes, but more going for, like, a sort of a psychological thriller, which I'm interested in. So, yeah, there's that. So, that's happening. I want to get that down the line. Other news. Okay, back on production news. So, unfortunately, obviously we're going to have Godzilla vs. Kong in November. Okay, I'm actually really excited. I'm really looking forward to that. Can't wait to share my opinions on that, especially when we get a trailer at some point. However, breaking news, because of this goddamn coronavirus, James Bond, the last Daniel Craig film, which was supposed to come out next month, because of this virus, but yet the film's pretty much almost done, they've pushed it back to November around the same time as Godzilla vs. Kong. And not only that, Disney's putting out a movie about the same time as well. To quote the medic from Saving Private Ryan, "Just give us a fucking chance, you son of a bitch! You son of a fucking cocksucker!" I'm pissed. I'm so pissed at both MGM, Universal, and Disney. This is the reason Godzilla King of the Monsters flopped. One, it was not well promoted, but also it was in competition with Avengers fucking Endgame. This is a bad decision. You're not giving these monster movies a fucking chance. I'm actually really mad about that. Because this means, you know what this means? It's not necessarily the fact that, you know, I'm not against the Bond movie. I'm not against whatever Disney's movie, but here's the problem. It's not less that and more of the future of these films. Because think about it. What allows a studio to make a sequel to a film? If the previous film makes money. You're putting Bond and this Disney film out at the same time. Yeah, this movie's not going to live that long at the box office. It's not going to do well. That's the thing that pisses me off. It's not about the films, like, being released. They're releasing them so close together that the movie's not going to stand a chance. This movie might bomb. Godzilla vs. Kong. The rematch, 60 years in the making. We've all been waiting for this damn rematch for 60 years. And now it's probably going to flop. It's going to flop. And then they're not going to make any more of these. And I'm like, God damn it, no. I want my American version of Destroy All Monsters. I want my American version of Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. I want my American version of Godzilla versus Destroya. And we're going there. No. Oh, no. No, please. I want Godzilla versus Kong to make money. I want it to succeed. No. And damn you, James Bond. Damn you, Disney. Why? Give Warner Brothers a chance. Give them a chance. For fuck's sakes. Oh, fuck. So that sucks. Still looking forward to it. Probably not going to see Bond or that Disney movie. And speaking of Disney. Oh boy. This is a rant night, isn't it? I want to give my opinion. I started the stream 15 minutes ago, Huey. We gave you a major shout out. So, I want to discuss a little film that Disney is releasing this month. And I have some things to say about it. So, I have yet really to discuss this film. I want to talk about the live-action Mulan. So, the live-action Disney movies have been hit or miss for me. Some have been good, some have been not. The best ones so far have been, I liked Maleficent. I liked, I'm a bit of a defender of the live-action Lion King. I still think visually it looks amazing. I really enjoyed I haven't seen the Jungle Book, but I've heard good things. But I've heard some good things about some of them. There's some I really don't like. I didn't like Cinderella. Why miscast? The simple reason is because Cate Blanchett was totally miscast. And the reason for that is because, if people don't know, The Stepmother is probably one of my favorite Disney movies, in my top two. She's up there with fucking Frollo from Hunchback. And when you cast a character like that, and I know, Huey, you don't like me using this word, but you have to cast somebody who can play a perfect cunt. Forgive my language. Cate Blanchett cannot play that role. She was totally miscast. I didn't see any evil in her. You have to cast somebody like a Lena Headey. Lena Headey, Cersei Lannister's Game of Thrones. Total fucking bitch. Please cast her, is what I was thinking. But no, they didn't. Plus, these live-action movies have had a tendency to cop out on interesting shit that can improve from the original. So in Cinderella, I was like, okay, there's a scene where Cinderella finally just cracks and tells the stepmother, why do you hate me? Why do you torment me? Why do you do this to me? And the stepmother's saying, you want to know why? You want to know why? And you're like, oh, whoa, we're actually getting character development? We might be getting something a little deeper, or why she hates her? Okay, this should be interesting. Let's see where this goes. And then they cut away to the fucking slipper scene. You had an opportunity to advance this character and maybe make us sympathize a little bit. But you didn't. You promised us and you cop out to go back to shooting the same one. So, didn't like Cinderella. Did not like it. I mean, Helen Bonham Carter was okay. The actress playing Cinderella was alright. There's some good elements. But the key reason I went to see it was because of the stepmother. Should have cast Lena Headey. Cate Blanchett was not good. Totally miscast. On par with Jack Black and Kong 05. I put it on par with that. And wasted promise. So there's that. Okay, so I didn't like that one. Hated Beauty and the Beast. I thought this was too Twilight-y. it was the same director, for fuck's sakes. They copped out on using practical effects because you can pretty much use CGI because you don't pay your artists, dicks. Because apparently from what I've heard lately, CGI artists are not getting paid, which is a huge pain in the ass. And that's why Hollywood's been using them for cheap, because, hey, we don't have to pay them. And it's just, there's a lot of shit in that movie I just didn't care for. So there's that. And then you have, what is it? Dumbo. I fucking hated Dumbo. And here's the reason why. We'll get to what I'm talking about in a sec. Here you've got a film, Dumbo. And your live action, we're doing your live action movie. And we're hiring Tim Burton to direct. Now, Tim's been kind of hit or miss lately. He hasn't really done a good film in a while. Now, I'm going to bring this up again, but I'm just going to do it very quickly. So, what is the biggest element? What is the most iconic scene in Dumbo? Aside from the baby mine scene. To me, it's the pink elephant scene. Imagine that with Tim Burton. The opportunities are endless. And what do they say? I'm going to quote the movie. 3 cheers for Dumbo! No boozer on the baby. You had one job, Tim. You had one job. To make a really trippy-ass scene with those pink elephants. And you didn't even fucking do it. You mentioned it, but not fully. You had an opportunity to use your imagination to its highest peak, and you didn't even fucking do it. You know what, Tim? I'm done. I'm done, Tim. I'm done, Tim! I used to love you. Edward Scissorhands is one of my favorite movies. That is the best movie ever made, aside from Ed Wood. And Batman. And Batman Returns. Those are your best movies. Corpse Bride I find better than fucking Nightmare Before Christmas. You've lost your touch, buddy. You've lost your touch. And unless you make a third Batman with Michael Keaton, if Warner Brothers and DC crawl up to you with a buttload of money and fucking tell you, we want you to make another Batman with Michael Keaton, and you do it, then I'll fucking care. Anything else you make, I don't care. You've lost your touch. Bye. So to the point. We're getting another live action movie. You mean Big Fish? Big Fish was okay. So we're getting Mulan. Now, when I heard they were going to make this, I was like, okay, do whatever you want. We're not going to remember it T-minus 2 days. Because, Disney's all being nice and family-friendly, and they want to make a movie for China, okay. But then I heard that, China's going to be having most of the power behind this production. They're paying for it. They're using their huge-ass studios, some of the biggest studios in the world to make this picture. All Asian cast. It's going to be a big epic. We're not going to do any of that silly shit. So I understand cutting the music. I understand getting rid of Mushu. Mushu was kind of annoying, and that's probably because I'm not a big fan of Andy Murphy. I didn't see Big Eyes. So I was like, okay, we're going for a more dark, serious, sort of historically epic, Lord of the Rings size Mulan. Okay. So, I see the first trailer, I'm like, okay, this actually looks pretty kick-ass. Because I like much Chinese movies. I love Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I love that shit. I love Hero. I love movies. House of Flying Daggers is a fucking masterpiece. So I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna be like that. And the only thing I was like at the end of the trailer, I'm like, why is Mulan cosplaying Inuyasha? It's the same outfit. So I'm like, okay. But then it comes out that this is probably the rare times you're going to see me get political. That the entire production supports the Chinese government and protesters shooting and killing innocent civilians in those protests. Yeah, I don't support that. I really don't support... I hated Aladdin, by the way. I really don't support that. So, this movie was essentially made on blood money. It was made on money, dirt money, that was essentially made to support communist China and invade Hong Kong. Yeah, fuck that. I ain't doing that. You're as bad as the Huns trying to invade China. So, but the thing is, I still want to see it. But here's my catch. I'm not paying for it. I refuse to give Disney my money. And here's why. So, I advise this to anybody. If you want this movie to flop, here's how you get this movie to flop. There is 2 strategies. You can either A, either way you're spending money on this movie. A, give your money to your internet provider so he can feed his family and his friends and family by torrenting and bootlegging the shit out of this film. Download it. Torrent it. I'm not a big fan of piracy and shit, but this is one of the rare exceptions where I say go for it. Do not give them your money. Pay your internet provider. They deserve it more. Option B, you do go see the movie in cinema. But, here's the catch. Pay for a ticket for Sonic, Birds of Prey. I know that movie's not good, but it deserves it more. Or, what's the last one? Or the Invisible Man. Pay money to movies that deserve it more. Support that shit. Pay a movie for Sonic. Pay for Sonic. They deserve a sequel. They deserve money. Sega did good as far as I know. So when you go see the movie, you pay your ticket for Sonic. They rip it. And as you're entering the lobby, you're entering the hallway to your cinema. Sneak into Milan. And make sure it's a theater that doesn't have reserved fucking seating. So just sneak in. Sneak the fuck in. Go see Mulan. So either way, you're stealing the fucking movie, and you're still supporting people who deserve your money. That's how you hit fucking movies now. You gotta hit them with their wallet. So if you still want to see the movie, I have no problem with people seeing this movie. I have no problem. Just don't give your money to this film. Don't give it to them. Let it flop and still see it. Because any money you give to them for a full ticket price, you're supporting communist China if you go see this movie. So I'm boycotting it. But I'm boycotting it in a way that's a bit more, 50-50. So people can see it, but they can also not see it. So if you don't want to see it, don't see it. Don't support it. I don't know, go, spend that $20 on a hooker or something. Go spend that $20 on a Nerf gun, or a prop, or, some new, get, a couple movies that you like at a pawn shop. You get 20 movies for $20. Go spend it on something you like, if you don't want to see this movie. But people who are seeing it, just fucking pay, give the money to somebody who deserves it, who can still get you the movie for free. So whether it be, pay for it, for your internet provider, to bootleg it, to pirate it, to torrent it, or, go and pay for a ticket to Sonic and sneak in. That's the only way. That's the only way you can see this movie without supporting communist China. And I'm okay with that. You can criticize it, that's fine, but don't give them your fucking money. Thank you! Jordan Fennell knows what he's doing. That's why, Terminator Dark Fate was supported by Communist China. That's why, I got my ticket for free on those nights, so, because I got a few connections at my theater. So, I want to see Mulan, but I ain't paying for it. Yeah, I have a very secure network. I should be okay. But yeah, I want to see Mulan, but I'm not paying them. I will not pay them. I ain't having that shit. I will not pay to see that movie. I will see it for free, and I'm willing to review it. But I am not paying them. I'm not paying Communist China. I refuse. It's pretty much the equivalent of when the movie came out, if you paid to see a ticket screening of Pulgasari. It's that levels of bad of how it was made. Pulgasari, despite it being a great communist Godzilla movie, was made on blood money. So, yeah. So that's my opinion on the live-action movies. That was a big fucking rant. But anyway, so you're probably wondering, why, I have the name of this live stream as No Fate But What We Make. One is sort of the metaphorize that we're still going to keep going no matter the struggles. We're still going to keep going on this channel no matter the struggles, because we love you guys. You guys have been supporting us for a long-ass time. But lately, it's weird, because I've gotten into a couple of little... You know me, sometimes I go through my phases. Or for those who don't know, I go through phases a little bit. Lately, my phase has been Nerf guns and Terminator. Now... one of the things I've been doing is, collecting Nerf guns. I've been getting them to build props and everything. And honestly, like, I've just been kind of into it because I want to build props and stuff, and, you know, for future projects. Like, I took a Nerf hammer shot. What the fuck? Okay, yeah. Oh, dear. That sucks. I just got an Amber Alert. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I just got an Amber Alert. But anyway, so, I took this hammer, or this, not the hammer shot. It's, what's the name of this? The Sling Fire from Nerf, the Zombie Strike. And I basically made it into a Winchester. It actually does fire. A little bit. But I'm building this for a Terminator cosplay. For the T800. I'm also planning for, guys, very quickly, if you guys want to meet us in person, I'm going to be at Toronto Comic-Con during the March break weekend, so you guys can come check me out there at the convention center. The tickets you can get down below. I'm also going to be at Anime North. Anime North, I'll be there all weekend at the Toronto Congress Center during the May 24th weekend, so go check me out. So, one of the things that's kind of influenced me getting back into Terminator is, with Comic-Con coming up, Michael Bihn's going to be there. Michael Biehn played Kyle Reese in the original. I love him. He's one of my favorite badass characters, heroic characters, is Kyle Reese. So, I'm going to be cosplaying Kyle Reese at the con. So I've been kind of getting into Nerf guns and everything, and as I'm getting into Nerf guns, I'm watching a lot of Nerf guys. I've subscribed to a few Nerf guys on YouTube. I can't remember there's that Captain Xavier, I think, and he's the guy who, built like a full-scale Nerf, rifle minigun, and it looks amazing. So I've been watching I watch a lot of his Goodwill stuff, and I learned, okay, just go to Goodwill's and just pick up used Nerf guns. That's usually how I am. So, yeah, I've been kind of into Terminator, and I know for a fact that at some point that is going to be on one of my to-do lists soon, is doing the Terminator movies. It's not going to be this year, and it's not even going to be this season. It's probably going to be next season. We got a lot of big plans for next season, and Terminator is definitely up there. We're going to try to review all 6 films. All 6. So it's going to be 6 reviews. We just got to figure out when the hell we're going to do it. And I'm thinking, actually, in hindsight, we were supposed to have it out by this year, but we've had to push back, obviously, because of seasons. But we are going to talk about the Terminator films the following season. And what's really great about doing it in 2021, it'll be the 30th anniversary of Terminator 2. Perfect. Absolutely perfect timing. We're going to review it on the 30th anniversary of Terminator 2. So that's great. I might even include reviewing the T2 3D ride at Universal. And that's funny, Fred, I actually just watched Terminator 3 again, and after Dark Fate and no, I'll be honest, guys. Dark Fate was not good, but it was better than Genesis. I really have been starting to really think about the series as a whole. Genesis did more damage. Alright, good night, GT. Genesis did more damage. And the reason for that is because before that we had 1 through Salvation, and Salvation had very good promises and expectations on those promises for sequels. And I remember seeing the stuff for Genesis, I'm thinking, okay, they're doing stuff with the timeline different. Okay, maybe it's the same continuity, right? I literally watched the first 5 minutes of Genesis. And people say killing John Connor was bad in Dark Fate. No, Genesis did way worse because they redid the whole introduction between Kyle Reese and John Connor. Because it was established in Salvation that they already met. They were already working together. But in Genesis, it's a total reset. Total reset, not just of, like, the sequels. It's a reset of the entire franchise. It fucked up not just, like, okay, at least with fucking Dark Fate, it picks up after Terminator 2. 1 and 2 are still in continuity, but Genesis wipes the entire slate clean, and that's worse. That's worse that they killed off an entire franchise through this one reboot. Because you have it where John Connor meets Kyle Reese as a child. I'm like, but wait! You met him in the fourth. Oh, fuck, it's a goddamn reboot. And I was pissed. And I knew then, I was like, this is going to be a fucking mess. It looks nice. Like, the Future War stuff's great. Hi, can we get more of that, please? It's a full fucking movie. We've been asking that since Terminator 2. Hello? So, I've really been thinking about it. Genesis is the worst film in the series. Hands down the worst. And it made me appreciate Terminator 3 more. It made me appreciate Dark Fate more. Then I went back and watched Genesis. I'm like, Genesis is fucking awful. So at some point, I do want to talk about the Terminator movies, and I do want to discuss them in detail and give my opinions, because I didn't grow up with them really as a kid. I more so grew up with the ride at Universal. Remember, Universal was one of the real introductions to some of my favorite films. And yeah, and the thing is with the Terminator movies, I'm one of those fans where, like, you know, people say, everybody when you think Terminator, what do you think? Terminator 2, right? Hold on, I'll get to that in a sec, HEWY. People think Terminator 2 instantly. I prefer the first one. Out of all of them, the first one's great. In fact, I'll put the first one over the second one. The second one's a great sequel, but Terminator 1 is still a fucking masterpiece. I consider that the better film. So, yeah, for me, I want to review the Terminator movies at some point. We've got plans for them. I have a plot I want to write down soon, because we have a few people we do want to work with it, and when I want to present them with, like, kind of a plot outline and see what they think of it, if they want to add anything. So, that's happening at some point. So, breaking news, HEWY. Spielberg is not directing Indiana Jones 5. Wow. Really? When did they announce this? Did they announce this recently? That's interesting. Can I be honest about Indy 5? Can we just get at this point, because they're saying, oh, we're going to film it soon, we're going to film it soon. You know what? Fuck it. Just reset it. That's a franchise that needs a major reset. Because I think they should go the James Bond route. Recast the actor. New adventures. Allow for unlimited adventures with Indiana Jones. That's where they should be going. Is just doing more, like, Bond movies. And you know what? Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt as Indiana Jones would be amazing. He can do a couple of movies. He needs a new franchise soon. You know, he's kind of in and out of Marvel. He's doing this last Jurassic Park movie. He needs another franchise. I'd say Indiana Jones is a good choice, and he'd be working with Disney for a long time. So, I'd say that's where they go with Indiana Jones. Don't make a fifth one. Just make a reboot, in my opinion. Excited for Halloween Kills? Yeah. Yes and no. Because, we've learned this before, guys. What happens if they, what happens when they usually make a second film to a successful Halloween movie? What happens? The second one sucks. We've had this happen 3 times, 4 times. I can't keep count. We had Halloween 4, which is one of my personal favorites in the series. Really enjoy that one. Then they make a 5th one. It sucks. We got H2O. Great follow-up, even though it's a Scream ripoff. It's great. Make a second one. They cash in on Blair Witch Project. It sucks. In fact, it's so bad, it's good. Rob Zombie. Great remake. Great psychotic remake. They make a second one. It sucks. It sucks ass. And now we have this new Halloween 2018, or as I'm just calling it now, Halloween Returns. You know, you might as well. Or no, Halloween, the Shape Returns. That's what I would call it. Or just Halloween Returns. So for me, I'm looking for, I guarantee, I'm counting on this one to be good. Because now we're in a state of Hollywood where movies can be in good hands and have money behind them. But because of the lesson we haven't learned 3 times now, I don't trust my instincts. I guarantee, I'm going to be one of those guys who places a bet and says, this is going to suck. But I might be surprised. But I'm not counting on it to be good. Because every sequel to a Halloween reboot sucked. And they have to reset it. And now we got 2 coming up. So, I don't know. I really don't know. Technically, this would be Halloween 3. But, it's weird. It's really weird. I don't know how I'm going to feel about the Halloween Kills. Let's see what happens. Let's see if the trailers sell me. I just don't want it to suck. I don't want it to suck. So, that's the latest on movie news, I think. Okay. Let's see, John. Okay. Sorry, guys. I keep getting this alert. And shit. Thoughts on Candyman? Honestly, I just got the original. I've never seen the Candyman movie, so I'll take a look at it. I might watch the original before I see the remake, but I'm interested. Look, I mean, Universal's doing pretty well with their monsters now. Like, they suck so hard with the Mummy, but with Halloween, Candyman, Invisible Man, they're setting up pretty fucking good. If only they could do that with the other monsters, the classic monsters. I heard word that they're already casting for Frankenstein and Dracula. I heard Benedict Cumberbatch is up for Dracula, and Tom Hardy's up for the Frankenstein monster, which I'm like, perfect. It's generic casting, but perfect. I already discussed the Batmobile, Huey. I'm interested. I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't seen the new movie yet. Ernie, I haven't seen it yet, so I do want to see it soon. I might see it this weekend, no promises. Do you know a film playing for time? No. And by the way, a major thank you to Ike Studios, because he sent me a listing for a film that came out in the 70s, like called Journey to the Beginning of the Center of the Earth or something. And apparently it does have a giant ape, so it is considered a Kong movie. I'm probably going to review that at some point. I just got to watch it first. I might even get Brad up here and say, get your ass up here. We're watching another Kong movie. I don't know how it's going to be. I've never heard. This one's been off my radar. So, I know with the Kong reviews this year, just bear in mind, guys, we pretty much have our schedule for most of the Kong reviews. There's going to be fewer episodes than previous seasons, but we're going to get a couple of good ones for you out. We've got the Kong versus the 2 Toho films. We've got an April Fool's special, which is great. We did one last year. We've got a couple of media-based episodes, and then we're going to end it with a really good review that we filmed probably we filmed over a year ago, that we haven't yet to edit, but we're going to get that done for you guys. So you guys can definitely look forward to that down the road. But a major thank you to Ike Studios lately. He's been handing us info and media and stuff that we never thought we'd get. So a big thank you to him. Please go subscribe to Ike Studios. He could really use the support. Great kid, great guy, really great guy to get info on when it comes to Kong material. So thank you. Huey, you should talk to Ike. He's got some cool info. He's got some cool information you two should keep in touch. So, trying to think of how much more we can pad this time. Say, Jack, what Ice Age animals would you like to see in a Jurassic Park World movie? None. I don't want Ice Age animals in my dinosaur movies. Except maybe a woolly mammoth and a saber-toothed tiger, but that's about it. But I'm not really a fan of prehistoric animals being in my Jurassic Park movie that aren't lizards, dinosaurs. Ike Studios is a really cool guy. He's a huge Kong fan, Huey. Huge Kong fan. He's probably up there with you. One of the biggest I know. He has some insight on some films and some stuff Kong-related that you guys should reach out about and talk about. Just have a friendly conversation. All right, what kind of, holy shit, let's see what kind of comments we got here. How goes production on the Star Wars prequels? Excellent question, Zach. Let's try to talk about the show. So, the Star Wars prequels over the holidays, because you know us, the holidays, December till the beginning of March as of now, is sort of our break time, where we don't really work on any big productions. Star Wars has been on a bit of, we wrapped up kind of part of production by the time the snow hit, so we've been kind of on a break. I'm going to probably start shooting some green screen stuff at some point, now that the weather's looking nicer. But I do want to get some shots prior to the snow. I might hold off until May, or until December, when we get more snow. But for now, we're going to get back on production as soon as we can. I got Comic-Con coming up, so hopefully I'll be able to get some stuff there. And I'll be able to get some do some casting calls there. That's great. Good to see you, Brian. Good to see you. But yeah, we're going to get back to work on the prequels. We're also doing some experimental stuff with effects. Normally we would use digital stuff, but we want to try to get more into practical effects. One thing I've actually considered is doing what they did in the original Star Wars, where they, filmed models and, using the camera to make it move. But I might have actually a bit of a better solution to that to make shots look a bit more dynamic and more, smooth. So it's going to require green screen, obviously, but also a green morph suit. Now, green morph suits you can get at any party store, any costume store, and they're basically tight spandex outfits that fill your entire body with green or blue or whatever. Now, what's cool is, as a special effect, say you want a head that talks, like just a floating head, all you'd have to do is film yourself on a green screen with a green morph suit, and just film yourself doing, whatever, and then crop it all out, and your body's going to be invisible. Now, what I discovered is, if you guys, okay, when you guys were kids, right? Remember when you guys were kids and you, pretended you had a spaceship and you would go around like, right? Like the kind of old school, like we all used to do that as kids, even in our old home movies. We would pretend to fly around, but we'd make sure not to show our hands and be like, right? Well, I discovered a little kind of a little discovery. I kind of figured I'm going to do some tests. I'm going to try some stuff out. Say you want to shoot a model spaceship on a green screen, but you don't want to move the camera. You don't want to move the camera. You don't want to take the time, and it's going to be a pain in the ass to crop. The trick is, well, that was not a good thing for me to do. The trick is, say you have a spaceship, right? And you put it on a green dowel, the same color as your green screen material. You put on the morph suit. You set up your camera, and you literally just make the passes with your green screen bodysuit hand, right? Because guess what's going to happen? You crop it, your body's going to be gone. It's just going to be the ship. I'm going to do some experiments and see if that works. I'm going to probably go and invest in a green morph suit. I have a blue one. I could try some blue ones, but I think green's going to do a little better, especially with lighting. So I'm going to do some tests and see how it looks. And if it's successful, if it works effects-wise, some of the effects we've already done, we actually might redo and do with like special with that kind of green screen effects. So I think I'm gonna try some experiments. So that's where we are with Star Wars. We've pretty much gotten the majority of the first part done, but this year will solely be focused on 2 and 3. We're gonna be mostly focused on that because we're shooting all of them back to back. And with Star Wars, I've started to notice this with Star Wars. It does take a longer time to put together. So for anybody who was expecting a Star Wars reviews once a year, it's going to be once every few years because they do take a while to put together. Because you've got so much going on in those videos. And we want to make the prequels really big. And then we also want to do the same with the following trilogy, the Disney trilogy, eventually. And plus we want to give the Disney trilogy some time to kind of pass and see how it holds up over time before we really get into reviewing those. So we want to let the passage of time speak for itself. So that's Star Wars. Other than that, we've got a lot of other projects on hand. We're going to be working on some stuff, possibly with a DC superhero. Maybe it's on a shirt. Not going to say any details. We got that going. We got more con reviews going. I've got a special review I'm doing with the MGamer64, Josh, one of our producers and co-writers. We're doing a review that he actually thought would be a cool idea. It's his idea, so we're giving him full credit. And I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. And that hopefully will come out in May, and it is anime related. So definitely look forward to that. Other than that, we've got things. I'm actually going to put a few movies I wasn't planning on the schedule. I'm doing a 40th anniversary of a Star Wars knockoff film in April, hopefully. Going to be doing a 35th anniversary on a recent film. That's one of my favorite movies now. And also Mummy Month. That's another thing we're going to be working on over the summer is Mummy Month. So a lot of stuff's happening. A lot of crazy shit. In fact, I might be more busier than usual now. So if there's not many videos out, it's because we're working on more reviews. So there's that. So, we are reaching the last 10-minute mark, the 15-minute mark. So we're going to answer 3 more questions, and then we're going to call it a night. So fire off those questions. And we're going to look forward to it. And, of course, if you guys want to send us some mail, donations, gifts, we're always looking for donations for props, costumes. If you want to just send us, donations via that. You can send us questions for stuff. You can send us at this address, BigJackFilms, P.O. Box 326, Queensville, Ontario, L0G100. We'd love to hear from you guys. It'd be great to, see what you guys are want to discuss. If you want to send us donations and stuff. And, of course, again, send us something. You can send us support on Patreon. Just $1 more. We'll get you early access to all of our content as well as other special features. We really appreciate the help. And maybe at some point we might show off our PayPal account. If you guys want to support us there, you can send us money via PayPal. Because we also want to sell copies of our movie, and they're like $5 plus shipping. So you can pretty much send us the money through PayPal and just send us your mailing address, and we'll probably do that. So, last 3 questions. Do I like the Star Wars Clone Wars? Yes, I think it was a really good show. The 2D show, like the 2D Samurai Jack version, was fucking fantastic. I love it. I still think it holds up. I'm really pissed it's no longer canon. So there's that. There's, what is it? And then, like, the first 2 seasons were okay. I felt season 2 had some interesting stuff with Obi-Wan and Sabine. And then season 3 is where it was hooked. So I haven't seen the new season yet. I've been keeping track, but I don't want to pay for Disney Plus. So I like Clone Wars. Oh shit. Hang on a sec. Okay. Jurassic Room. Hello, Jurassic Room says, would you be interested in coming in for a Jurassic chat and talk Congo 5 for the 15th anniversary? Absolutely, man. Just send me a message via Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. That's the best way to reach out to me. And I'll be in discussion. I'm definitely up for talking about Jurassic Park. And, you know, you can plug it in my reviews while you're at it. And by the way, guys, I'm really going to think about this, but I think with Jurassic World 3, or Jurassic Park 6 coming out next year, we might do a couple of Jurassic Park Legacy reviews. Not as many as before, but we are considering it. When are you and I going to do that Disney Kong video for your show? I wouldn't count on this season, Huey. Probably next season. Definitely next season by that point. I'll put it on that. But it's just because we've already got all our plans ready to go. We can't really add too much. So I can do collabs on like other people's channels because those are easy. But doing like collabs on my channel yet, I have to figure that out soon first. So just bear with me on that. So yeah, those are the last 3 questions. So again, thank you all so much for this live stream. I know we haven't been doing many lately. It's only because we've just been super busy. We're trying to get stuff done. We're trying to get these videos out for you guys. They are taking a lot. And then plus we have our own lives to do. And our lives have been pretty busy and a little overly stressed, but we'll live. And, you know, if I can close off this live stream, I'm going to try to close these off with kind of like an overall view of the week and guide to life. People seem to like my guides to life. So I'll end it like this. So I've talked to a lot of people lately that have said this winter sucked. It sucked ass from Frosty's hole. Carrot hole. It sucked frosted snow-coned ass from Frosty's, like, corncob pipe. And it's because there's just a lot of stress. The winter makes everybody cranky. Nobody wants to go out. It's freezing cold outside. And plus, this year did not start off strong. This decade did not start off strong the last few months. And we're dealing with war. We're dealing with diseases. We're dealing with political shit. And here's my advice, guys. No matter what happens, just care about each other. And look after the people that respect you. In this day and age where we're all divided, where we're all hating each other, and like, what are we bitching about today on Twitter? You can't really respect people like that. Respect the people who respect you. The people who don't, they can go fuck themselves. And that's really about it. So, that's really my guide to life this week. Just respect the people who respect you, and only do things for people who are at your allegiance. If you were a king and people owe your allegiance, you respect them. And just don't hate them for the sake of hating. You know, and don't, as much as I complain about boycotting Mulan, at least I have reasons. But I'm not going to be one of those people who are constantly going to bitch because my shoe hurts and therefore I'm going to complain about a shoe company. We're getting to the point where it's getting fucking ridiculous. Unless you have documents saying you have an issue, don't bitch about it. And just love each other. And just respect each other. Respect people who respect you, and anybody who doesn't, fuck them. So until the next video, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. This is BigJackFilms signing off, and I will hopefully see you Friday for the first part of the return of the King Kong reviews. With a reissue of King Kong vs. Godzilla. See you guys later. I'm out. Have a good night. Peace and love, everybody.